back to my Weakpoint Wednesday series, and in today's episode I want to be giving you 4 really great quad building exercises for turning those skinny legs into massive weapons of destruction. But actually, before we jump into the workout, I think it's first great that we actually go over the anatomy because in order to properly train the quads, we need to have an understanding of the muscle anatomy and kind of their function. So the quads, as the name implies, is actually broken into 4 different muscles, or what are called heads. The first one's going to be the vastus lateralis, the vastus medialis, the vastus intermedius, and the rectus femoris. These are the 4 heads of the quads, and now their functions. The quads actually function in 2 different ways. The first way is actually through knee extension, which you'd actually commonly see in a leg extension or a seated leg extension machine. This is a very effective exercise for achieving that. And the second is actually what's called hip flexion, and then this is actually commonly seen through a squat. The reason why hip flexion is a function of the quads is because the insertion of the rectus femoris is actually higher up in the leg, and it's more towards the hip bone. So you're going to actually be able to have to program hip flexion exercises into your training in order to properly hit both the functions of the quads. Like I mentioned before, you would achieve this in different squat variations. So now that we've covered the basic anatomy and the function of the quads, now I'd like to dive into the workout.
After you've completed a proper warm-up, then the first exercise are going to be the front squats for 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Squats should be a staple in any leg building program because of their ability to build strength and muscle through progressively overloading each week. With this being a quad-focused workout, then I've actually elected to go with the front squat variation over the back squats, simply because it places more emphasis on your quads, and your ability to maintain a more upright lifting posture actually allows the barbell to travel behind your knees, which is beneficial for the quads. Your grip is going to be highly determined by your wrist flexibility. The preferred grip is the front rack grip, and the goal here is to actually rest the bar on your front delts, bend your wrist so the bar is positioned underneath your fingers, and focus on trying to keep your humerus parallel to the ground. Personally, for me and probably many of you, your wrist flexibility might not be great, so you definitely want to use a different grip, and this is actually going to be called the California grip. And as you can see here, it's actually both your arms crossed against the bar. Either grip variation is actually fine, and I guarantee that if you do this exercise consistently, you will have no problem building thick quads. The second exercise for our quad building workout is going to be the dumbbell Bulgarian split squats for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. I really love this exercise because of its ability to target each leg individually, and the dumbbells really allow for an easy way to overload on the exercise. To reduce any knee pain and actually increase the quad activation for this exercise, you want to ensure that you're dropping straight down and really avoid leaning forward. By having this more upright posture, you're actually going to place more of the emphasis on working your quads rather than your glutes and hamstrings. A great tip to ensure you're performing each rep correctly is to really allow your knee to guide you through the exercise, and this will also allow for proper hip extension. Third exercise is going to be the seated leg extensions for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. This is an extremely effective isolation exercise for training the quads through what is known as knee extension. One common issue that people normally have with this exercise is they experience knee pain, and honestly most of the time this can be reduced or even completely eliminated by taking the time to properly adjust the machine to suit your height before you begin. You want the back of your knee to align and bend around the end of the seat, and the bottom of the pad to be actually positioned directly above your foot, and really avoid using body momentum by trying to swing the weight up. Instead, you really want to build and maintain that strong mind-muscle connection with your quads the entire time. And the final exercise is going to be the walking lunges for 2 sets of a total of 20 strides or 10 strides per leg. As you can see here, I'm holding 15-pound dumbbells to make the exercise a little bit more challenging, but doing them with your body weight is completely fine as well. In my opinion, this is definitely the most underrated and underutilized leg exercise out there. And just like squats, I feel like many people just avoid it because of how physically enduring it is. In order to get bigger quads, you have to be willing to push yourself through the tough sets, and sometimes this is actually the only way that you're actually going to stimulate some new muscle growth.
That's going to conclude this week's episode of my Weakpoint Wednesday series on the top 4 quad building leg exercises. So definitely give them a try. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And if you train quads consistently over time, you're actually going to be able to develop a nice X shape, which is actually going to give the illusion of having a smaller waist, which every bodybuilder wants. So definitely don't be skipping leg day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do have a lot of great content in the works that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also turn on the bell notifications as well to make sure you really get notified every time I drop a new video, which is twice a week now. It's going to be Sundays and Wednesdays. So look out for those uploads, but make sure you turn on the bell notification. Also give the video a like. It really helps expose my channel to others who might be interested in this type of content. So by liking it, you're showing support for my channel, and you're also getting me a little bit of exposure on YouTube. So I really appreciate if you hit that like button. And that's going to conclude it. I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.